Right, hi again. I'm back regarding the previous video about talking about the SD Quattro. I've now attached the lens, which is the 30mm 1.4. Now the beauty about this particular, I was talking about some of the other SG, they were actually SP Zeros, Quattros, and they made four of those, each one having a different lens. The difference with the other ones, which you can still get, and as I said, I bidded on one, which I will do a video on if I should win it. And I wanted to get one of those as well because I absolutely love the design of the camera, which you may or may not dislike or like, whatever the case may be. You'll understand what I mean when I do that video. But they all have fixed lenses on them. So I think one had a 14mm, one 28, a 30mm, so it must be this lens fixed onto the actual camera, and a 50mm, and it's the 50mm macro, which is the one I'm trying to win. But they are fixed, you can't change them. The difference with this particular camera is you can change the lenses. So, you know, you can use the wonderful Sigma primes, the others that were made for the APS-C, like the 18 to 35 1.8, the 50 to 100. Of course, the problem is finding them in this, which is the Sigma SA mount, which is the problem, if finding them in that mount. But whether I will actually try and add to it, I don't know. I'll see how I get on with this, how much I fall in love with the system, and whether I feel I will need anything different. But just to recap, and I thought what I'd do is turn this on, and this is the thing, the button, the turn on button is here. It's got this massive protruding bit on the lens, and when I take this off, another interesting thing with here is, you see how that's red? Now that easily comes out, and that not only does that protect your actual sensor, but that is your IR filter. Now if I take that off, which I won't, I may do one day, I might, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. I might actually, I think I'd rather get another body and do it that way. But you can take that off and you've actually got an IR camera, which is pretty, I mean, normally if you want that on your camera, you've got to get I don't know, an old camera or a cheaper one, and have it sent off and get it turned into an infrared camera. But here you just take that filter out and you have got, so if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to purchase another one, then you could literally turn it into an infrared camera just by taking that filter out. So that in itself is, you know, may interest some people, I don't know. And as I say, to turn it on, you turn it on there, which is very strange. And if we look at the back of the camera, and if you can see that, you can see how the screen is split. This gives you all the information, and this is your live screen. If I take the hood off, you might be able to see something. There you go. Unfortunately, you don't want to see me, but there you go. And that's how it works. And that gives you, and you've got your buttons, and it's quite a simple menu system. It's really not like other menu systems. It really is quite simple. There isn't a lot to it. I'm not going to go through it. I haven't gone through it myself yet, so I'm not going to sit here and go through it, because there are one or two others. If you are interested in this camera, then I would recommend looking at a couple of other videos because there aren't many, but there are a couple of guys that have used this camera extensively and know a lot more about it than I do. But as I say, that's the thing. Sigma make all these wonderful lenses which go on all cameras that we're all very aware of, and they do make some very interesting cameras. And I don't think that goes without any exception. They don't seem to make any normal camera. Don't matter what cameras you look at, they don't make any normal cameras. There's always something, even the latest FP and FPL, even they're just a bit out of the ordinary, and they've certainly done that with these cameras. So, as I say, if you want to just type in SD Quattro, and there will be a couple of videos that really go into it deeper than I do, simply because I've only just got it. I'm still learning about it. I just thought I'd introduce you to it, and join me on the next one, which won't be too long. Bye bye.